What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a long time. I know I've been out of it for all those who've been asking me on Facebook. Where have I been? I'm actually in Dallas, Texas right now on business. As many of you guys know, I've been putting together the startup company, and our headquarters is in Dallas. So, been getting things together. And for all those who know a startup company, it's constant grinding, grinding, and grinding. But I wanted to get on this topic real quick, and I realized a lot of people were talking about relationships, especially friendships, on the amount of people you come across with and what happens when long distance comes into hand and stuff like that. So, well, one thing I realized as I had matured and gotten older, and I think we talk about this when we're younger, we always want a lot of friends and we always want to be around a lot of people. And I've noticed that through Instagram, through YouTube, through Facebook, people gauge other people, or people get good feelings about themselves based on the amount of likes, based on the amount of views, based on the amount of people that double tap, that do whatever it takes. Like a lot of people live and die by this. Like they get their fill because they feel as though they're getting affirmation from everybody else based off a picture or based off a video or stuff like that. And part of the times I feel as though they're losing themselves. Maybe that's something that we grew up with, where we just kept searching for more and more and more people to like us. But as you get older, I've come to realize that, I don't think a lot of you guys have known this. You guys can probably attest to this, that as you get older, your circle of friends gets smaller and smaller. And when I mean your circle, the people who you constantly hang out with, the people who you talk the most with, the people who you confide in, it gets smaller and smaller. It's like fine tuning itself. And there's not a problem with that. I seriously don't believe there's a problem with that. I think a lot of people struggle with this, struggle with the fact that, people grow from each other. Respectfully, some people, they part ways, and not in a bad way. It's just because you grow apart. You go to separate colleges, you get married, now you have your own family you got to tend to, and it's all good. And I think each and every one of us need to realize that it's okay. It's okay that you don't see someone on a consistent basis. And I struggled with this for the longest time, being an only child and always constantly like needing to be surrounded by friends and stuff like that. I struggled with that when I was younger, and I've come to realize that it's okay as long as you understand yourself and you understand, what you're doing, and you have goals that you got to attain, and you keep your ties with the people that do keep ties with you. Then you're good. You're absolutely good. But here's the other thing, the kicker. For the longest time, I felt as though I was cutting people out of my life. And what I realized is, you know what? I don't cut people out of my life. People slowly take themselves out of my life. And like I said, no ill feelings, nothing against them. It happens. Life happens. And yes, I do reach out. And yes, at times they don't reply or they're busy. And I have to understand that. And I think, like I said, a lot of us struggle with the fact that if someone doesn't get back to us in a certain amount of time, we get butthurt. And then we get all sad. Then we get upset the fact that we're not getting attention from that person. But understand that everybody has their own life. All right? And it's not like you're cutting people out of your life. Sometimes people remove themselves out of your life just because they have to tend to their own. As much as you want them to be in your life, you got to tend your own life. You got to make sure that you got everything in order, that you're well taken care of, that you're graduating from school, and that you have a good paying job, and that you're taking care of business and stuff like that. Like you got to tend to that, because at the end of the day, that's what makes you. Your friends, it's a bonus. It's like icing on the top of the cake. It's great, but you are the cake. You got to be the one that holds the foundation together for yourself. All right. So don't ever feel as though I feel as though, don't get so butthurt. Don't get so upset that people, you lose track of time with people, and you can't hold that against them. Now, if you've reached out to them and you offered to hang out with them, and you've offered so much, and the ball's in their court. let it be and let them, whenever they're free or whenever they get the chance to, let them come back to you. But if they don't, it's okay. You got to move on. Don't dwell. Look, you can't change anything in the past. Is that correct? You only can control what's right now and plan for the future. So plan to be happy, just like my last video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you ever struggle with that? Where you felt as though you weren't getting the attention from your friends or your family members and you were just struggling with that? What'd you do to get past that? How'd you get by it? Post below. Let the community know. All right? I will be back soon in California and looking forward to doing another community chat. So stay tuned with that. Any thoughts, question, email, Instagram, add me on Instagram. Starting to do that a lot. And yeah, I love you all. I thank you for the support and let's keep this going. All right? Until next time. Cheers.